This is the civil case number BC 55470. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Gergel is present.
Yeah. All right, everyone may take a seat. Jury, please remain standing, please. Will the jury please raise their right hand? Do each of you swear that you will fairly try this case before the court and that you will return a true verdict according to the evidence and the instructions of the court, so help you God? You may be seated. Is the prosecution ready? Is the defense lawyer ready? All right. Prosecution may proceed with its opening argument.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I am here on behalf of my client, Erica Decker, the plaintiff, who has recently been mourning the loss of her dog, Angel the Pit Bull. Angel was brutally shot and killed by Officer Parnes. The MCPD stated the damages because of Ms. Parnes' actions and behavior. She deprived Erica Decker of her First and Fourth Amendment rights and used unreasonable force towards her. The worst of all, she shot and killed Angel the Pit Bull for no legal reason. Today, you will hear that Erica Decker interfered with Terry Gibson's arrest and was causing a riot. But the truth is, she was standing up for her rights and the rights of others. Ms. Parnes has proven in her actions that she does not have the proper treatment. It clearly shows in the way she handled Terry Gibson's arrest. She used unreasonable force towards him for only dropping a couple coffee creamer packets in the sewer and refused to listen. She abused her power of protecting herself by abusing Terry Gibson. She threw him to the ground and threatened him for only trying to explain himself. Officer Parnes also did not call for backup at the proper time. If she would have called for backup, the situation would have been handled immediately, and we might not even be in court today. Surely this is inappropriate behavior for a so-called trained officer. You will hear today that Angel the Pit Bull was an untrained dog, and that she was meant to be a threat to the officer and everyone around her. Angel did nothing but bark and stand up, and that's what dogs do. So therefore, the MCPD and Officer Parnes should pay the damages.
Does the defense have an opening argument?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have been called here so that we can discuss the case of Erica Decker versus the Metro City Police Department. The Metro City Police Department should not pay for the damages of Erica Decker's dog, Angel. Angel about to state. First, Angel was about to attack, and you'll hear how Angel was a very hyperactive dog, and how Officer Parnes was just using her gun to protect herself. Second, Erica Decker was inciting a riot, and you will hear how the area at the scene does not like the authority very much, and you'll also hear how Juan Morales saw Terry Gibson expected flash mob, because it looked like Terry Gibson was giving orders. And third, Angel was never fully trained, and you will hear that Angel and Erica Decker missed one of the classes and missed all the supplementary classes. And Erica Decker persuaded Trader Pitt to give Angel a certificate. For those reasons, the Metro City Police Department should not pay for the damages of Erica Decker's dog.
All right. We are now ready for the first witnesses. So once this microphone will be set up, you can start using those microphones. In the meantime, just keep using those microphones. The prosecution will be going first, followed by the defense. Is the prosecution ready to call their first witness?
Yes, Your Honor, the defense prosecution calls Erica Decker.
Erica Decker, face the jury, raise your right hand. Erica Decker, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may take a seat.
Erica Decker.
What were you thinking?
Purebred pit bull.
How much did you pay for it?
$5,000.
What did you enroll in?
Train a pit 12-week program.
How many classes did you miss?
Me and Angel only missed one class. Angel had the final exam and she did very well on it, so I convinced Train a Pit to let her pass.
What did you later on enter Angel in?
Dog competitions.
On a daily basis, how many people was Angel around?
At dog competition, she was around many people, but at home she was around my kids.
Describe January 16th, 2012 to me.
I was outside taking care of my lawn when I saw a cop harassing someone.
Who was harassing?
Terry Gibson. He played on my oldest son's football team.
What did you do when you saw the cop harassing Mr. Gibson?
I ran inside and grabbed my phone, and Angel came out and started videotaping.
What did the cop do when she saw you videotaping?
She yelled at me and said, "Stop videotaping immediately."
Would you describe to me some of the things you yelled back?
I said, "This is going to the mayor. Why don't you let the kid go and come over here so I can teach you how we treat each other in this neighborhood?"
When all this yelling was going on, where was the cop located?
First she was over and she put Terry Gibson in the back of her car, and then she ran over to me. She was in my face and her gun was drawn.
What was Angel doing during this whole thing?
She might have barked a couple times, but overall she was sitting right by my side, being very good.
Why did you let go of Angel's leash?
I got very nervous and I tried to focus on videotaping.
What was Angel doing once you let go of her leash?
She was in the position of standing, but she never lunged or growled at Officer Parnes.
And because Angel was standing, what did Officer Parnes do?
She shot my dog.
Who was watching when your dog got shot?
The crowd that gathered outside, but also my kids inside my house.
How did this incident affect your family?
All I can say is I don't know if my family will ever get over it.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Is it true that you videotaped the arrest of Terry Gibson?
Yes.
Did people begin yelling as a result of your videotaping?
Yes.
Did you at any point begin to yell?
Yes.
Is it true that you enrolled Angel in Train a Pit's 12-week training program?
Yes.
Did you attend all of the classes?
No.
Did you attend any of the supplementary classes?
No.
Is it true that you had to convince the Train a Pit people to issue Angel a certificate?
Yes.
Would you say Angel is a protective dog?
Yes.
Is it true that when you and Angel were at a dog competition, that when Angel watched a bystander yell at her child, that she then became agitated?
Yes.
Is it true that she then began growling and snarling, and that you had to hold on to her leash as hard as you could to prevent her from going toward the people?
Yes.
Is it true that you dropped Angel's leash while in contact with Pauline Parnes?
Yes.
Pauline Parnes yelled at you, correct?
Yes.
When Angel was sitting next to you while you were talking to Pauline Parnes, correct?
Yes.
She was shot about 3 feet away from you. Wasn't he was shot about 3 feet away from you, wasn't he?
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
You can just set that right here. Witness is excused. Is the plaintiff ready to call its next witness?
Yes, Your Honor. The plaintiff called Terry Gibson.
Terry Gibson. Raise your right hand. Face the jury. Terry Gibson, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I did.
State your name.
Very good.
Where did you go on January 16, 2012?
To the speed.
How often do you usually go to the speeding mark?
Not that.
Why were you there that day?
To go and play basketball with some friends.
What did you all purchase at the speeding mark? What did you all purchase at the speeding mark?
Some coffee, sandwich bags, cigarette papers, and some gum.
I would like to submit Exhibit E to evidence. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this shows that Terry Gibson didn't purchase any drugs or alcohol at the speeding mark that day. Okay. What did you do when you left the speeding mark?
I went outside to make some phone calls.
What did Officer Parnes do when she pulled up to the speeding mark and got out of her car?
She started yelling and waiting for CIDs.
How did you respond to this?
I decided to walk away and throw my trash in the sewer.
What garbage did you throw in the sewer?
My coffee and food.
What did Officer Parnes do when she saw you throw your garbage in the sewer?
She started running at me.
How did you respond to her walking towards you?
I tried to take a few steps back and explain myself.
What did Officer Parnes do when she got to you?
She pointed her gun at me, threw me on the ground, and handcuffed me.
Would you say that the way Officer Parnes treated you was fair?
No, it was very painful.
What happened next?
She threw me in the back of the police car.
What did you all hear while you were in the back of the police car?
I heard the people yelling, the dog barking, a gunshot, and then I heard people screaming.
Okay. How would you describe Angel in your own words?
Angel was no angel, but she wasn't too defiant.
No further questions. On January 16, 2012, you were outside the speeding mark owned by Juan Rounds, correct?
Yes.
And you went into the store and purchased items, right?
Yep.
You bought coffee with sugar, right?
Yeah.
While in the store, you also bought Ziploc bags, didn't you?
Yeah.
And with that, you also bought cigarette paper?
Mm-hmm.
And later that day, after you were arrested, they found weed on you?
Yeah.
Before you were arrested, you heard people yelling mean and nasty things at Officer Parnes, didn't you? Is it true you know Mrs. Decker?
Yes.
And you know her through football, correct?
Yeah.
Has Mrs. Decker ever brought Angel to any of the games?
Yes.
And is it true that she was found snapping at some of the kids?
Yeah, but she wasn't too defiant.
Interesting. Now, Mr. Gibson, has Angel ever been asked to leave the games?
I don't recall.
Okay, in your affidavit, you said that your coach had to stop the game and tell her to leave with the dog. Okay. When you were in the back of the police car, did you ever see Angel portray violent actions?
I didn't see anything.
So you would agree with me that there was a riot around the scene of the incident?
I guess.
Now, Mr. Gibson, is it true you heard Mrs. Decker shouting from the back of the police car?
Yeah.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Witness is excused. Is the plaintiff ready to call their next witness? All right, Dr. Chen. Face the jury, raise your right hand. Dr. Chen, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
State your name. What did you get your degree in? Where did you get your degree? And what percentage of the U.S. boards would you say are not adequately trained? 48%. How would you describe Pauline Parnes' behaviors for those sort of situations?
She not used the training correctly. She pointed a gun at Terry Gibson and also drew. She also drew a gun at Erica Decker and shot Angel.
I would like to submit Exhibit D into evidence. This is the Metro City Police policy that Dr. Lee Chen reviewed. What did you review in that policy?
I reviewed the two main points: that you should call for backup when necessary and to control the situation, and that you should not use force unless absolutely necessary, and that it was not necessary for Pauline Parnes to draw a gun at Erica Decker and to point her gun at Terry Gibson and to shoot Angel.
No further questions, Your Honor.
You were in Iraq this past year, weren't you?
Yes.
Now what were you doing there?
I had 8 years of being an independent security guard.
Okay. Would you say that the Iraq environment is the same as inner city metro environment?
No.
Okay. Now would you say that controlling a crowd by yourself is easy?
No.
Okay. Now you guys did not use pit bulls in Iraq, correct?
No. Yes.
Okay. And that was because they were too volatile, right?
Yes.
No further questions.
Witness is dismissed. At this time, the court will recess for a few minutes, and we'll pick up with the defense witnesses. Please be seated. We have now heard from the 3 plaintiff witnesses. We will now be hearing from the defense witnesses. Is the defense ready to call their first witness? Pauline Parnes. Raise your right hand and face the jury. Pauline Parnes, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Please be seated.
State your name.
Pauline Parnes.
What classes have you recently taken?
The most recent training was crowd management control.
What does that have to do with this case?
I was controlling a crowd.
What were you doing on the day of the incident?
I was driving around my squad car and the dispatcher over the radio asked for help, so I went over and arrived on the scene.
What did you see when you arrived?
There was a bunch of people gathered in front of the speeding mart, so many that it was breaking loitering laws.
What was going on around you while you were trying to control Gibson?
There was a lot of yelling and things were being thrown at my patrol car.
Is there any source of this yelling?
Erica Decker.
What was going on when you confronted? What was going on when you confronted Decker?
Her dog was not controlled.
Why did you not ask for backup to help you while you were controlling Decker?
The crowd needed to be controlled.
What did you notice about Decker?
Her dog was not controlled, and she was yelling, and she had, her dog was barking like crazy and was baring its teeth at me.
What happened next?
The dog shifted from a sitting to a standing position, and I had to make a split-second decision to save my life over the dog's.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Does the plaintiff have any questions for this witness?
Please state your name. Pauline Parnes. When you arrived at the scene, did you see a big crowd? Yes. So, did you go over to the crowd and try to control it? Yes. And during that time, did you see someone walk away from the crowd? Yes. And later on, he was identified as Sarah Gibson, correct? Yes. Finally, when you went up to him, and you saw him drop something in the sewer, and you picked it up, did you ask him if it was his? No. Okay, you said that you were feeling nervous that day, correct? Yes. Did you call for backup? Yes, I did. And when exactly did you call for backup? I called for backup when I was going to confront Decker. If you were feeling nervous that day, wouldn't you agree that you should have called for backup right away when you got to the scene? Yes, but in my affidavit it says that our patrol has recently been off of, we've been short on help. Okay? But you did not call for backup. Well, you did call for backup, but after the crowd got tamed. Yes. So, did you hear Erica Decker yelling at you? Yes. Do you know what she said to you? She was saying that she was going to show things to the mayor. And is that a threat to you? No, I was actually hoping that the video wouldn't have gotten deleted so the mayor could have seen it. Okay, and once you caught up to Erica Decker, you realized that she had been recording the whole arrest? Yes. Is video recording a threat? Okay, because it says in your statement that you put your hand in front of her camera, which was actually preventing her from her First Amendment right. Was Erica Decker threatening you? Yes. Well, no, sorry. But she was inciting a riot. And how was she inciting a riot? Because she was yelling and telling everybody to come over here, and she was saying that she was telling the crowd, and the crowd was starting to join in with her and calling me a fat pig. Okay. So after that, you said that Angel was making you nervous? Yes. Do you think you shot Angel because you were nervous? No. Was Angel barking? Yes. Was she growling at you? She was baring her teeth, but she wasn't growling. Baring her teeth, growling. Kind of, yeah. Did you shoot Angel without warning? Can you repeat? Did you shoot Angel without warning Erica Decker? Yes. Were you yelling at Erica Decker? Yes, we both exchanged. Did you ever see Angel stand up? Yes. But did she lunge at you or physically attack you? She had gotten up and she was about ready to, you can tell, because when we go through our training, objection, witnesses narrating.
This is pretty much all up.
Continue.
And so I actually will to,
Okay. Like in our trainings, this is what we learn to do, and we learn how to control things like that. Right, but did she actually jump at you? Did she lunge at you? Yes, she was preparing to, but she didn't do it. She was preparing to, but she didn't do it. She was, you can't really overplay, you can't. Did she attack you? No, but I made the decision before she got the chance to. I'd rather save my life over a dog. Did you know that she was going to attack you? Yes, but she didn't. No, because I made my decision. No further questions.
all right, thank you. Witness is dismissed.
State your name.
Juan Morales.
How are you involved in this case, Juan Morales?
I called the police
Why did you call the police?
because it looked like there was a crowd gathering outside my store that looked like the flash mobs that hit my stores in the past.
How much money have you lost from these flash mobs?
Thousands of dollars.
Are you aware that Terry Gibson has been arrested for drug use and shoplifting?
No.
What did Terry do after he left the store?
He walked outside and started talking to the guy and looked like he was giving orders.
What is Angel's normal attitude?
She's very hyper-nervous, barking a lot of the time. And I've seen she's gotten loose a couple of times and walked around outside my store scowling at my customers.
What was Angel's attitude the day of the scene, or the day when Pauline Parnes shot the dog?
She's very riled up and jumping and barking.
You have a policy at your store that allows police to take one donut and one pastry, right? But they don't always abide by that, do they?
No, but it's okay. The police presence is very good for the store, keeping children legals in.
Thank you. No further witnesses, Your Honor. Or no further questions, Your Honor.
Does the plaintiff have any questions for this witness?
Where do you work?
Speedy marks.
You called 911, correct?
Yes.
How many flash mobs have you been for?
2.
Jerry? Okay, so have you, when people are going outside your store, were you nervous?
Sort of. Yes. Yes. I guess. I called the police. I was pretty, yeah.
Did Terry Gibson buy any drugs or alcohol?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Witness is dismissed. Is the defense going to call the final witness? Andrew Larson, face the jury, raise your right hand. Andrew Larson, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Dr. Larson, what college did you attend?
Southwest Idaho State College of Veterinary Medicine.
Where do you work?
I'm a faculty member at the University of New Columbia in Canaan.
When did you begin caring for animals?
When I grew up on a farm and my family raised circus animals.
Dr. Larson, how far would you go to protect animals?
I have been arrested twice for chaining myself to bear check stations, and I'm very opposed to hunting.
So what other projects have you been working on?
I have a $40,000 contract with Metro City Police Department to help train trafficking dogs.
Pit bulls are not a part of this program. Why?
They're way too violent and way too hard to control, and they're so hard to train.
What is describe to me an average pit bull's behavior?
They are working dogs. They should always be kept on a leash, and they should only act on verbal commands.
What would a pit bull do before it's about to attack someone?
It growls, snare, bares teeth, and lunge.
Would you agree that train a pit is, what do you think of train a pit?
It's very unreliable, and the money-back guarantee is a scam. And if it says it's too good to be true, it probably is.
How many pit bulls have you euthanized?
15 in the last 5 years, and that's more than any other breed.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Does the plaintiff have any questions for this witness?
Yes,
Please state your name.
Dr. Andrea Larson?
You're a veterinarian, yes? So you care for animals.
Yes.
But you think that animals can be used as test subjects.
Yes.
So wouldn't this go against what you do for a living?
Well, not really, because I work to train them and to help them, so I can be in the police field.
But if you're a veterinarian, don't you help like cure sicknesses from them?
Yeah.
So then why would you let them be used as test subjects?
Well, to help the Metro City Police Department.
You said you're opposed to hunting, yes?
Yes.
And yet you let them be killed to use as things that might not be only used for the Metro City Police Department.
Yes.
Were you sad when Angel was killed?
Yes.
And yet you have had your share of heartbreaks, like when you had to euthanize your own dog, right?
Yes, because they're getting out of hand.
So losing a best friend would not only hurt your family, but might hurt more than just you and your family.
Yes.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Was the plaintiff rest? Yes, sir. Was the defense rest? Okay. You will now hear closing arguments. So first will be the plaintiff. Oh, you may be excused, sure. You can use this one, this one's better.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today you have heard the emotional story of the loss of Angel. You have heard from all of our witnesses of why the MCPD is being sued for violation of Ms. Decker's First and Fourth Amendment rights and for having improper training in the department. Officer Parnes has violated Ms. Decker's First Amendment rights, as we've heard from Ms. Decker herself today, by Officer Parnes trying to take away Ms. Decker's video camera while she was simply just filming. Officer Parnes has also violated Ms. Decker's Fourth Amendment rights by shooting poor harmless Angel for no legal reason. This is not right. We see that on January 16, 2012, through Officer Parnes' actions, she shows that she has improper training. She overly forced Terry Gibson in throughout his arrest. It was very painful, were the words that we've heard from Terry Gibson today. She also didn't call for backup at the proper time, which caused the situation to get out of hand. If she would have called for backup immediately, then we might not even be in court right now. This caused the crowd to grow bigger, which caused Officer Parnes to feel more under pressure and nervous about the situation. Which brings me to my last point of where Officer Parnes shot and killed Miss Decker's dog, Angel, for no legal reason. All Angel did was stand up and bark. Angel did not jump or even lunge at Officer Parnes for her to shoot her, but out of fear of the situation that took place. This does not give Officer Parnes the right reason to shoot and kill Miss Decker's dog, Angel. Thank you.
Thank you. Does the defense have a closing argument?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have been called here today because of the Decker versus MC, the Metro City Police Department. The reason you've been called here is because Decker has falsely accused the defense of shooting her dog. Now we know that this dog, Angel, was neither trained and it was in an imminent attack position. We know this dog was never trained because it did not complete all of the try to pit classes. And we also know from Dr. Andrea, our expert witness, that this is not a reliable training preparation. Now, we also know that she did not even complete all the classes and did not take any of the supplementary classes. We also know the dog was in an imminent attack position because we have seen that Angel does not handle well under pressure, such as yelling or a big crowd, as we can see from many of the cases in our affidavit that we have. And clearly, there was yelling and a big crowd in this situation that caused Angel to get out of hand. We also can see that Erica Decker was inciting a riot by her having full commitment to her video and by her yelling at our officer, Pauline Parnes. We also know that she did not have control over Angel because the leash was on the ground and the dog was then at large. From this, we can see that the dog was barking and it was baring its teeth. We can also see that the dog was in front of Erica Decker and that she did not have eyes on it, so she could not know if it was either sitting or baring its teeth because she had full commitment to her video. Now, after this, we do know that the dog then almost lunged at our officer and we had to make a decision, she had to make a decision that she chose her life over the dog's. That's all, Your Honor. Thank you for your time, jury.
Does the plaintiff have a rebuttal?
Angel was indeed properly trained. Erica Decker had to persuade the train to pit program because she missed one class. Angel did very well on her last final exam. And the riot around did get out of control. Erica Decker may have caused some of it by all the yelling, but if Officer Parnes would have called for backup immediately, like he's trained to do, then there could have been more help to come and control the crowd. And possibly there would have been no shots on Angel. Thank you.
Thank you. That concludes the closing arguments. So now we're going to move on to the part where the jury makes a decision. So these are the instructions to the jury. The plaintiff is seeking damages for this if the jury does find fault. So the jury will need to decide among themselves if there is fault in the defense. If there is fault for the defense, the plaintiff is seeking these damages. That the entire MCPD be required to attend classes on how to interact with animals. That the MCPD finance the installation of a plaque, statue, or other appropriate tribute to commemorate Angel's life in a timely death. A public apology from Officer Parnes. $1.2 million in compensatory damages for the loss of reputation, humiliation, and emotional pain and suffering. All punitive damages are allowed by law. And attorney fees and costs associated with this legal action, including expert witness fees. And then any further relief that this court deems just and proper. If you do find fault with the defense, I will determine the damages that will need to be paid. So we will reconvene in a few minutes. The court is now in recess.
We have not, Your Honor. The jury is unable to reach a decision.
We have a hung jury. We have retrial of the new jury. said, both sides brought a lot of great points. They could not, some people could not let go of one of their sides. So that means that we had a hung jury. So that means both sides prepared well, and they did an excellent job showing the evidence.